Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. My ass was almost out of here. Udonis Haslem speaks on wild reality that almost ended his Heat tenure. Philadelphia 76ers legend Allen Iverson is widely regarded as one of the greatest guards to ever play the game, and while he never managed to win an NBA championship during his career, he certainly had the talent to help lead a team to the promised land. As Miami Heat legend Udonis Haslem recently told it, Iverson nearly had a chance to try to win a title as a member of the Heat. In fact, Haslem was going to be one of the prime pieces that would have helped Miami trade for Iverson. "I remember my name was in the hat one time," Haslem said. "We was talking about making a move for Iverson. And my name got thrown in the hat a little bit. And I was all shook up and but Dwayne Wade, was like, man, that's Allen Iverson. I think whatever reason, that didn't work. I don't know if the dynamics with him and Dwayne would have worked at that time. So I think dynamically, it didn't work, but Maya was almost out of here. How can I argue if you bring in Allen Iverson?" It would have been hard to see Haslem go, but bringing in Iverson, potentially during the prime of his career, would have been a sight to behold. From the video, it's not entirely clear when the potential trade was discussed. However, considering the fact that Iverson was moved from the 76ers to the Denver Nuggets during the 2006 to 2007 NBA season, it stands to reason that it may have been around that time. In 147 regular season games from the 2006 to 2007 season through the 2007 to 2008 season, Iverson put up an incredible 26.3 points, 7.2 assists, 3.0 rebounds, and 1.9 steals per game. That kind of firepower next to Wade, who was at the beginning of his prime around then, would have been incredibly difficult to stop. If the trade had occurred during that time, it would have created a big three in Miami of Wade, Iverson, and Shaquille O'Neal, who was on the team before being traded to the Phoenix Suns in the 2007 to 2008 season. It's impossible to know what would have happened had the Heat traded Haslem in a package for Iverson. Iverson was supremely talented, but as Haslem himself indicated, the dynamics may not have worked out so well on the court. Beyond that, Haslem is someone who's often credited with helping to build the Heat's vaunted culture. That culture may have never even been created had Haslem's career with the team only lasted a few seasons. In the end, Heat fans would likely agree that everything worked out as it was meant to. Haslem stayed with the Heat and finished his career as a three-time champion with them. As for Iverson, his NBA career lasted into the 2009-10 season. He returned to Philadelphia during that final campaign. He was named to the All-Star game that season, despite only playing in 28 regular season games, 3 with the Memphis Grizzlies and 25 with the Sixers. Dwayne Wade chimes in after Shaquille O'Neal recalls NSFW argument they had years ago. Miami Heat legend Dwayne Wade responded on X after his former teammate Shaquille O'Neal explained that they had an argument in the 2006 NBA Finals. When Wade and O'Neal got into the argument in question, the Heat's pursuit of the 2006 title was in dire straits. Miami lost Games 1 and 2 of the NBA Finals against the Dallas Mavericks by double digits, and O'Neal looked like a shell of his former self against Dirk Nowitzki and company. The big man averaged just 11.0 points per game across the first 2 games of the championship series, and in Miami's 14-point loss in Game 2, he scored just 5 points on 2 of 5 shooting from the field. It seemed like in order for the Heat to rally back and win the best-of-7 series, Wade was going to need to emerge as an unstoppable scoring option, and the guard did just that. He scored 36-plus points in each of the last 4 games of the series, including a series-high of 43 in Miami's 1-point victory in Game 5. Wade shot just 11 of 28 from the field in the crucial Game 5, but made the most of his opportunities to score points at the free throw line, as he knocked down 21 of his 25 attempts from the charity stripe. After torching the Mavericks for 43 points in Game 5, he followed up that performance by dropping 36 points in the deciding Game 6. For the series, Wade averaged 34.7 points per game on 46.8% shooting from the field and 77.3% shooting from the free throw line. He also added 7.8 rebounds, 3.8 assists, and 2.7 steals per game. Unsurprisingly, as no player on the Heat outside of Wade averaged more than 13.8 points per game in the NBA Finals, the now 42-year-old earned the Finals MVP award for leading Miami to its first title in franchise history. When the Heat needed it most, O'Neal challenged Wade to step up his game, and the former Marquette University standout responded by putting Miami on his back for the remainder of the championship series. Miami Heat's Jimmy Butler reportedly part of superstar pool for Philadelphia 76ers. A reunion between Miami Heat star Jimmy Butler and the Philadelphia 76ers is looming as the organization reportedly desires a maximum salary player. The Heat should tread carefully about moving Butler because contract disagreements could result in a trade request. He is eligible for a 2-year, $113 million max extension this summer. Butler, 34, is reportedly in the pool of superstars the Sixers have their eyes on, according to the Philadelphia Inquirer's Keith Pompey. The Sixers want a maximum salary player via free agency or a trade from a pool that includes Los Angeles Clippers forward Paul George, Los Angeles Lakers forward LeBron James, Miami Heat forward Jimmy Butler, and New Orleans Pelicans forward Brandon Ingram, Pompey reported. Adding Butler to the tandem of Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey immediately vaults the 76ers into championship contention with the Boston Celtics and Milwaukee Bucks. The duo of Embiid and Butler proved effective in their one season together in 2019 before falling to Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors in the playoffs. Philadelphia's front office then made the decision to re-sign Tobias Harris over Butler, a choice that could ultimately prevent a trade due to a lack of trust. The consensus is the 76ers chose the wrong forward because Harris averaged 17.2 points on 48.7% shooting last season compared to Butler's 20.8 points on 49.9% shooting. Butler is also one of the best playoff risers, while Harris went scoreless in their final postseason game against the New York Knicks. Adding Butler to the tandem of Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey immediately vaults the 76ers into championship contention with the Boston Celtics and Milwaukee Bucks. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jimmy Butler? Leave your opinion in the comments.